We all dream of driving a V8-powered beast at some point, but why? Is it the smooth power delivery, or the thunderous exhaust note that makes every drive feel like an adrenaline rush? Maybe the ear-splitting, high-pitched screech of a V8 flat-plane crank is what makes your heart race. The V8 engine is the pinnacle of power, precision, and sheer greatness. Holden V8 engine. Let us start with a true icon in Australian automotive history. The Holden V8 engine, often referred to as the Iron Lion by enthusiasts. This powerhouse was produced by General Motors Holden from 1969 until 2000 and debuted in the Holden HT series. Throughout the years, it has driven a variety of legendary models, becoming the heartbeat of Holden's performance vehicles such as the Torana and Commodore. By the time the final version, the HEC 5000i, was released, it had undergone numerous updates and refinements through various iterations. The VT Series 2 Commodore's introduction marked the beginning of the US 5.7-liter Gen 3 V8's dominance. Although the Iron Lion engine didn't disappear right away, it hung around in the VS Series 3 Ute until late 2000, when the new VU Ute came into the limelight. This engine was the muscle behind Holden's most well-liked performance vehicles. Additionally, it powered Holden Dealer Team and later Holden Special Vehicles limited edition automobiles. Plus, this engine wasn't just limited to the roads, it made its mark in motorsport. It dominated races like the Formula 5000, the Australian Touring Car Championship, and the Bathurst 1000 until 1995. And here's the twist: the Iron Lion did not just dominate racetracks and roadways. It screamed to life on the water too, powering Australian powerboats for water skiing adventures. Whether tearing up roads or slicing through surf, the Holden V8 established itself as a true Australian classic by making an impression wherever it went. Moving on to the next one, Ford 351 Cleveland. The 1970s marked a big shift in the automotive industry. Government rules became more strict, imports were grabbing attention, the muscle car craze was slowing down, and smaller cars were emerging as the next big thing. One thing was certain despite the uncertain road ahead: the blazing 1960s were officially behind us. But Ford wasn't just sitting there. The company had been working hard to update its engine lineup, and in 1970, it introduced a standout model, the 351 Cleveland. Both Mercury and Ford welcomed this powerhouse, but Mercury's dealer brochures revealed some fascinating details about what made it so unique. Wondering what it is? Let's dive in. The 351 Cleveland stood out because of its various unique features. It included a computer-designed cylinder block that was wider, lower, and made with advanced casting techniques. Its large-headed, cleverly angled valves allowed for maximum airflow, which increased cooling and performance. With its wide oval openings, the exhaust-heated intake manifold guaranteed faster warm-ups and effective heat recycling. Lightweight pistons with big intake valve cutouts allowed more fuel and air into the cylinders, leading to a significant power boost. Finally, a solid nodular iron crankshaft that was lighter and slimmer than previously offered remarkable strength. This engine wasn't just assembled, it was meticulously designed for optimal performance. Ford had delivered a true game-changer, hitting the nail on the head just as the automotive industry was shifting gears. Next up is the Leyland 4.4-liter P76 V8. There was a fascinating history behind the Leyland P76 V8. The engine wasn't exactly constructed from the ground up. It was largely based on the Rover 3.5 V8, which originally came from a Buick engine. However, there's an interesting twist. Despite its heavy reliance on these existing designs, Australian engineers infused their own special features into the block, making it truly their own. The Rover V8 engine is a small OHV engine with aluminum heads and blocks. Originally hailing from the UK, this engine has its origins in General Motors. Since its introduction in 1967, it has powered a wide range of vehicles, including Rovers and many others. A wonderful representation of engineering with a global flair. Now, what makes this engine so fascinating? Well, it's not just about what it was, it's all about what it could have been. What if things had taken a different turn? The Leyland P76 V8 was powered by a 4.4-liter V8 engine that was built for performance, not simply size. This engine produced 192 horsepower at 4,250 RPMs and a powerful 386 Nm of torque at 2,500 RPM. The overhead valve system and 2 valves per cylinder allowed it to perform impressively. A 3-speed manual gearbox sent that power to the back wheels, providing the P76 a strong performance boost. Let's now discuss the numbers. The P76 could reach 60 miles per hour in 10.28 seconds and complete a quarter mile in 16.96 seconds, even though it weighed 1,300 kilograms. This engine is a racing legend. It was one of the lightest stock V8s ever built, and the lightweight aluminum block made it ideal for racing. In 1962, Mickey Thompson made history by entering a car with this engine into the Indianapolis 500, ending a 16-year gap when no stock block cars were permitted in the race. The engine's journey didn't end there. It also made its mark in rally cars, especially in the Triumph TR8, where it was pushed to its limits in tough races. Moving on to the next one, Tickford 5.6-liter V8. The 5.6-liter Tickford V8 was a beefed-up version of the 4.9-liter Windsor V8, delivering greater power thanks to its stroke design. With its 90-degree V angle, this overhead valve engine powered several classic Ford vehicles, including the Ford AU Falcon XR8 Pursuit 250 and the T-Series. More than just capacity, this engine had a 5-speed Tremec TR3650 manual with a heavy-duty Valeo clutch for smooth shifting. The camshaft was positioned within the block near the crankshaft and was driven by a shorter chain to enhance efficiency. Tickford truly went above and beyond to give this V8 engine its distinctive power with a special crank, conrods, pistons, intake, exhaust, and rockers. Ford made significant investments in a few crucial modifications to maximize airflow and the performance of the 5.6-liter Tickford V8. To make sure the engine could breathe more easily and quickly, they first installed a 3-piece high-flow inlet manifold. This setup allowed the engine to take in air like never before when combined with a conical air cleaner. The cherry on top, the engine had even more air to burn thanks to the 82mm throttle body, and this increased the engine's power. Additionally, the Tickford V8 has a specific mass airflow sensor to adjust the engine's air intake, making sure everything runs as smoothly as possible. To show just how special the Tickford engine was, Ford decided to get a little fancy. They adopted Aston Martin's idea and placed a customized plaque on the driver's side rocker cover that bore the name of the engine builder. Pretty cool, huh? Moving on to our last contender, let's take a closer look at the GM 6.2-liter V8 supercharged LSA engine. The most potent car ever made in Australia is the MY14 HSV GTS, which is powered by a General Motors 6.2-liter LSA V8. This powerful engine, sourced from the US, delivers an impressive 430 kilowatts, outpacing the competition and setting a new performance benchmark in Australia. But raw power is not the only factor. This engine achieves the perfect balance between performance and refinement. With its cutting-edge 6th-generation Eaton supercharger and high-twist 4-lobe rotors, the LSA produces remarkable power while operating surprisingly quietly. GM conducted more than 370 simulations, tested it for over 6,400 hours, and even ran it for 270 straight hours at full throttle in order to develop this beast. This engine is constructed to endure, and it has passed rigorous tests with flying colors. This engine is a marvel of performance and design. It begins with a durable, lightweight aluminum block with cast iron liners, strengthened by 20% to increase airflow and lower engine resistance. The engine uses precision machining to keep the cylinders sealed and lower friction, which increases power and engine life and guarantees smooth operation. The lightweight pistons, made of high silicon aluminum alloy, enhance responsiveness while minimizing noise and managing heat efficiently. Inside, you'll find a forged steel crankshaft that comes with an 8-bolt flange, making the engine more powerful and responsive. The rotocast cylinder heads are tougher and more resilient because of a special manufacturing technique that removes microscopic air pockets. Finally, the camshaft is adjusted to provide a smooth engine experience whether you're driving at a stoplight or pushing the pedal to the floor. This engine is a beast under the hood, but it never sacrifices smoothness or reliability, showing that power and poise can go hand in hand. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more awesome content, and ring the bell so you never miss an update.